Hello, I'm Benjamin Cummings, here today with Ross Riskin, CPA, PFS, and Certified College Financial Consultant. Good to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Benjamin.
So we've talked about philosophies. Do you have some examples of what this looks like in helping a family figure out how they're going to pay for college?
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple months ago, I had a new client came to me, so a couple that said, hey, we need help figuring out how to pay for our daughter to go to school. So, general questions I've received before, so I decided, let me see what I can do for them. So, however, both of the clients, Schedule C filers, so they were actually artists. So they worked for themselves, self-employed, fine. Ended up having $30,000 in back taxes and had only $10,000 saved for retirement. But to add insult to injury there, they wanted to pay for their daughter to attend an out-of-state public school that would cost them roughly $40,000 per year. And the daughter had no idea what she wanted to study. So it was kind of a perfect storm of all these different elements coming into play. So this became more of a behavioral coaching session where I had to say, well, let's figure out where our priority should be. Priority one should not be paying $40,000 a year for your daughter to go to school. It should be handling this back tax issue and figuring out what's going on for retirement, because they're also 57 years old. So they're getting to that point where, Social Security they're going to start looking at, in a couple of years, and, how are they going to support themselves in retirement? But they were very adamant about, no, my daughter's going to go to this school here, go to this school here. So I had to figure out, well, how can I actually coach them through this or make them understand better? So I had to actually show them examples. Here, this is what it's going to look like if you borrow $40,000 per year for a school. This is what the payment's going to be. This is what you're going to have to make for the next 10 years or next 20 years if you extend it out. And hey, based on your financial circumstances right now, there's a very high likelihood that your Social Security income is going to be garnished. So I think back in 2015, there were around, 114,000 retirees that actually had Social Security checks reduced because of failure to make student loan payments. So after showing them this and kind of reiterating it and kind of being firm with them, because this is a major financial decision to make, they finally came to the conclusion that, hey, maybe she should go to a state school at a reduced rate. So we went from figuring out how to fund $40,000 per year to $10,000 per year, for which the daughter was actually going to handle most of that funding herself by taking out loans.
How do you think the family felt as a result of this? I mean, this is a good story.
Yeah.
How'd they feel about this resolution?
Yeah, it was tough, but I think they felt better because they finally brought the daughter into the conversations instead of letting the daughter kind of run the show where I definitely want to go here, some of my friends are going here, to actually bring her and say, hey, this is the financial circumstances. We as a family can't afford this, or if we do this, we're not going to be able to help you down the road if you want to get married or buy a house or something else. We're not going to be in that position. So I think showing those real life examples and kind of putting it in front of them, putting the numbers on paper, actually showing them, here's a possibility, that's what advisors should be doing. And that's what I did for them to help them kind of guide them in the right direction, and now they can focus on the back tax issue and how are they going to fund their retirement.
That's good to know. Do you find yourself meeting not just with parents but with students as well, or do you tend to focus just on the parents?
Yeah, I work with both. So if I'm meeting with students, it usually ends up being about student loans or something in that area, which is very important and timely. But I encourage the parents to bring the student in, whether it's in the first meeting or some other meeting, so I can get some idea of trying to judge their motivation level, what they want to do, and to see if I can provide insight, because maybe they're looking at going into a field where their parents aren't familiar with it at all, but I maybe have a client or I have somebody else, I can put them in touch with them. So not only am I helping the client, helping their child, I'm building that stronger relationship with them as well.
Oh, that's a great point. Thank you.
Thank you.